I have no idea how to write this thing.
Don't worry, Josh. Me and my friends will help you write it.
Or the individual written report, and the IWA or the individual written argument are the two most important parts of AP Capstone.
The IRR and its presentation counts for 35% of your grade, and the IWA and its presentation counts for 20% of your grade.
You should ask an open-ended, broad research question that connects to your topic as well as incorporates the three lenses you'll be discussing. To start your question for the IWA, you'll need to provide a connection to at least one source from the stimulus packet you're provided with before you start the writing process. For the IRR, you need to ask a question relating to your topic of choice. Your question should not be too specific, however, it should effectively contextualize the main idea of your argument.
Your team presentation will all be writing their own IRR based off of your research question that your team comes up with. Each group member will choose their own lens that they will base their IRR on.
You might be asking, what's a lens? A lens is in which to view a specific issue or topic. Examples of lenses include social, historical, political, economic, and many more similar to those. Lenses help to refine your argument by making it easier for readers to understand your stance and the topic or issue that you're discussing.
Within each lens, you'll need 2 to 3 different perspectives. If you're discussing the topic of education, for example, your perspectives could be schools, students, and teachers.
Now it's time to do your research. For your IRR and IWA, you will need to use reliable sources to get your research from. The library databases will be your best friend while doing your research. Databases such as JSTOR, Congressional Quarterly, ProQuest, and SIRS are examples of reliable sources to do your research off of. You are also able to use other sources from newspapers, magazines, and other online publications, but you will need to double check with your teacher to make sure that they are reliable sources. When you find all your sources, you will need to make your bibliography in MLA format. If you need help formatting your bibliography, Noodle Tools and EasyBib are great websites to help format your bibliography.
Throughout your research process, you may be required to complete an annotated bibliography. These are your number one resources for writing and beginning the writing process for your body paragraphs. You can simply copy and paste your annotations from your annotated bibliography and then expand on that and create a more analytical view on your sources. Throughout your IRR and IWA, you'll need to cite your sources. To do this, you will need to use phrases such as according to or from the study by, as this allows you to attribute your resources and transition smoothly into your evidence. If you were to cite a source from the article by the Washington Post, you would start off by saying from the study by blank in the Washington Post and then continue to cite your evidence.
Your IRR will include a cover page with a title, word count, and date. All pages must include a header at the top, which you will have the page numbers in numerical order. An IRR should be focused in on one specific lens. Within this lens, there should be 3 perspectives that help support your research question. The sections explaining your perspectives should have multiple paragraphs and should be overall 1,200 words, plus or minus 10%. Furthermore, it should include sections detailing the limitations and solutions to your topic, providing credible evidence to back up your claims.
The IWA is very similar to the IRR except for a few key differences. The IWA is focused on your research question and will have at least 2 lenses and 3 perspectives. Your IWA will have an introduction that will have a connection between the stimulus packet and your research question. You will then have 3 body paragraphs focused on your perspectives that will include all the evidence that you collected. The IWA will have 1,500 words plus or minus 10%. The cover page, solutions, and limitations, and headers will all be the same format as the IRR.
The key difference from the IRR and the IWA is that the IWA requires a stimulus connection. In order to get full credit for your stimulus connection, you'll need to provide the connection in your first paragraph. Most people will do this in their very first sentence or maybe somewhere close to their research question, but you need to make sure you do this in their first paragraph. As a recap, your IRR or individual written report will focus on one lens and 3 perspectives. It'll be 1,200 words and with 3 main sections. It'll be 1,200 words with 3 main sections. Your intro, your body perspectives, and your solutions and limitations. Your IWA or individual written argument will be one big paper covering at least 2 lenses and 3 perspectives. This one is 1,500 words and 3 main sections. Your introduction, your body paragraphs, and your solutions and limitations. Both papers require a cover page, which we explained earlier, along with your MLA style formatted header. Both papers require an MLA bibliography as well. And finally, if you can't remember all of this, just remember the numbers. You okay, Barrett? For the IRR, it's 1, 3, and 1200. And for the IWA, it's 2, 3, and 1500.
Wow, thanks guys. I really know how to write my essay now.